Okay, it's a Language Wednesday. It is time once again for us to hit Spain. Thank you for joining us. This is Inside La Liga right here on Sports Radio 88.9 Rila FM. Anthony Beke Deremo is my name, and today's headlines, what the papers are saying from, of course, the top tabloids in Spain will come from Marca, AS, and El Mundo Deportivo. On the front page of Marca, we have this headline. The Zinedine Zidane report. Suggestions, of course, unveiled to Florentino Perez about possible arrivals and departures next season at Real Madrid. The ZZ report is the headline. Piqué sees better Barcelona, and he says he can only talk of Madrid dominance if they had won the Copa del Rey. Words, of course, are coming from Piqué. Elsewhere in Spain, we go to the front page of AS. James and Falcao luxury sparrings. This story, of course, talks about tonight's international friendly between La Furia Roja and the Colombian national team. Yes, James played, of course, for Real Madrid and plays for, of course, Colombia. Falcao plays for, of course, Colombia, and also he also plays for Monaco. Spain measure themselves against Colombia before Macedonia test. It's all about the international friendly today between Spain and indeed Colombia. Lopetegui, Piqué and Carvajal. There is nothing to reconcile. Stories, of course, on the front page of AS. Las Palmas wait for Atletico move for Vitolo, and he could join, we're told, until January. Piqué, we achieved what Madrid didn't with Copa success. Stories on the front page of AS. Leaving AS, we open the front page of El Mundo Deportivo, where we have Barcelona's decade as a headline. The recent era of football is more favorable to Barcelona, and they say they are superior to slack Real Madrid. That's how, of course, it is captioned on El Mundo Deportivo. Piqué, we achieved what Madrid didn't with Copa success. The hints of Ousmane Dembele to Barcelona through social networks. Stories and headlines, I tell you, in the front page of El Mundo Deportivo. A test for La Roya against James and Falcao. That's how it is. That's how it's captured on the front page, I tell you, of El Mundo Deportivo. And into the news segment we go. Pep, yes, the one they call Pepe in Nigeria, has officially confirmed his time at Real Madrid is up. He says it is at an end. The central defender whose contract is up on the 30th of June didn't reach an agreement with the club over an extension and is now moving, I tell you, after 10 years. 10 years of service for Real Madrid, and Pep is moving on. Pep is currently with Portugal, the Portuguese squad in Cuera, preparing for Friday's 2018 World Cup qualifier against Latvia. But the player, I tell you, wanted to, of course, do it in the right manner. He loved how he was treated at Real Madrid. And Pep, the one you call Pepe, has written an open letter to the fans of Real Madrid, bidding them farewell. He said, of course, in the letter, the day has finally arrived. On the 12th of July 2007, I joined Real Madrid with the excitement of a child who had realized the dream he had dreamed of every single day of his childhood. Today, 10 years later, the time has come when I have to say goodbye and will no longer be wearing this club's crest. I wore this shirt, this Real Madrid shirt, with hope every single day. Today, I can only say thank you to all of you who have supported me, who have written this wonderful story together. We have written this wonderful story together with me. Yes, the fans. I'd like to thank each and every one of you who have accompanied me so far in this journey. I'd also like to thank the friends and my teammates who will stay with me wherever I go. I am also waving goodbye to the city of Madrid, the place where my daughter was born and grew up. I feel very happy for all that I've achieved, and I will carry the love you have shown me in my heart. What has been the best part of this 10 years? I says He says training every day, spending time with all the employees at this club, stepping out onto the pitch of the Santiago Bernabeu and feeling your support was always a magical feeling in my heart. I'll keep your affection and the feeling that I have done my best. Real Madrid and the love you gave me will always be part of my history, my life. Thank you so long. Yes, the words of Pep in his open letter to fans of Real Madrid all over the world. He is, of course, call it time in his career as a player of Real Madrid. He will be going to France, where he will hook up with Unai Emery and Paris Saint-Germain. Elsewhere, inside La Liga, let's inform you that Barcelona are interested in signing Borussia Dortmund forward Ousmane Dembele, according to Barcelona's Samuel Umtiti. Yes, Samuel Umtiti plays for the French national team, and he has enjoyed an impressive debut campaign in the Bundesliga. I tell you, the 20-year-old also plays in the national team of France and has enjoyed an impressive debut campaign in the Bundesliga after starring for Stade Rennais in Ligue 1 and has become the subject of plenty transfer speculations. Dembele netted 10 goals for Dortmund in his first full season, having signed a 5-year deal last summer. And his friend and colleague at the national team level, yes, talking about Umtiti, is of course saying that the forward will be signing for Barcelona in the coming weeks. Ada Turan also in the news. He will be staying at Barcelona this summer, despite media speculations linking him with a move away from the club. His agent has confirmed that the 30-year-old player, is going nowhere. He's been the subject of a strong speculation, strong transfer rumors. Of course, with a move to, of course, Arsenal. Arsenal, of course, were told were linked with the player in recent weeks, but the agent of the former Atletico Madrid player is staying put. According to his agent, he's going nowhere. He's staying right there inside La Liga. And ahead of tonight's game, Spain versus Colombia, their international friendly, Colombia coach Jose Pekerman has said that Real Madrid did not give James Rodriguez the support to make him happy at the club. The question of Rodriguez's future was a subject of discussion during the pre-match conference ahead of tonight's friendly, yes, between Spain and Colombia, and that game will go down in Murcia in Spain. Pekerman, the coach of Colombia since 2012, spoke frankly about the players' lack of game time under Zinedine Zidane and of course Real Madrid, and he says James has so far failed to make the bench for Real Madrid in recent times, and even in the final when of course Real Madrid beat Juventus 4-1. Yes, Pekerman insisting that the player is not happy and may just be moving on. That game, of course, will go down 8:30 local time in Nigeria. Spain will play Murcia to take on Colombia. Elsewhere in Spain, let's inform you that Lyon striker Alexander Lacazette says he could consider not playing for the next 6 months while waiting for Atletico Madrid's transfer ban to expire. Lacazette wants to follow in the footsteps of the likes of Alexis Vidal and Ada Turan, who both signed for Barcelona, even though Barcelona had a transfer ban in 2015 and had to wait until the following January to make their debuts for the club because the club's transfer ban lasted that long. Last week, I remember the Court of Arbitration for Sports upheld the transfer ban imposed on Atletico Madrid, meaning that they cannot act on the verbal agreement they had agreed, I tell you, they had with Alexander Lacazette some few weeks ago. Now the player is saying he can wait up until January before playing for Atletico Madrid. In other news, Atletico Madrid are set to trigger Sevilla winger Vitolo's 40 million euros release clause this summer, but will loan him to Las Palmas until January, according to the stories coming from Spain. Atletico Madrid are keen to push on with their transfer plans despite failing to lift their FIFA ban on registering new players until January of 2018. The rules state that new players will not even train. They will not be allowed to train with Diego Simeone and Atletico Madrid until 2018. So they have drawn up a plan B to obtain their key transfer target from, of course, Sevilla. Las Palmas will be entitled to 12.5% of the winger's sell-on fee following his move to the Estadio Sanchez Roman Pizjuan in 2013. And the 27-year-old is reportedly open to a temporary return to his hometown club, who is, of course, whose loan fee would be wiped out by the sell-on clause. Should this complicated deal fall through, Atletico Madrid are also considering giving Vitolo the necessary funds to buy out his current deal and of course join Las Palmas temporarily. News you can use. Let's say that yesterday in Lagos, an agreement was signed between La Liga and Legacy Sports, and that of course would of course last for 3 years. Yes, the company has become the La Liga's commercial partner in Nigeria. The event was attended by Vicente Casado. Vicente Casado, of course, has appeared on the show before. He's La Liga's managing director of international development. Antonio Baradas, also a guest on the show before, was also there. Antonio Baradas is La Liga's manager in Africa. And, of course, Philip Dewan is the managing director of Legacy Sports. He was there. He was accompanied by Sami Kabara of course, Iron Products. And I tell you, the agreement will unite La Liga and of course Legacy Sports for the next 3 years. After the signature, a press conference was held. It took place in Lagos with representatives of both parties, and of course it was done in the presence of Malam Shehu Diko. Is of course the second vice president of the Nigeria Football Federation, also doubles as the chairman of the LMC, that is the league management company. Sheyi Akimi was there. He's the vice president of the NFF, and he also doubles as the FA chairman in Lagos State. So you have it. That's the news, the latest news coming from La Liga. We're still inside Spain. Let's take that reports in Spain. Reports in Spain say Barcelona they've all but agreed a deal with Arsenal for the transfer of Gunners defender Hector Bellerin. According to RAC1 Dairo Sport, El Mundo Deportivo, the 22-year-old fullback has informed Barcelona of his intentions to return this summer, and that means he wants to go home. But there's of course the small matter of the financial agreement with Arsenal and indeed Barcelona. Any deal for Bellerin, we're told, could cost Barcelona up to 50 million euros. The player is a graduate, of course, from Barcelona's fabled, very famous academy La Masia. Yes, that system produced Hector Bellerin, and Hector Bellerin, joined Arsenal in 2011 and has since gone on to become an established member of the Arsenal first team squad. Right backs, of course, have been the problem of Barcelona in recent times. Barcelona all season complained because they could, of course, not get Alexis Vidal to play well, even Sergio Roberto, and this, of course, followed the departure of Dani Alves to Juventus only last summer. So Hector Bellerin has been described as the man to fill the boots of Dani Alves. That's going to form our talking point today. Do you think Hector Bellerin has what it takes to start for Barcelona if they manage to sign him from Arsenal? Join us this beautiful day inside La Liga. Yes, using the hashtag Inside La Liga. Use our hashtag, of course, and don't forget our handle at 889 Brilla FM on Facebook Sports Radio. Brilla FM is the address, and also you can follow the action live on our website at www.brilla.net. Do you think that Hector Bellerin has what it takes to start for Barcelona if he manages to join from Arsenal? More stories are coming your way from Spain. Let's of course tell you about this one. He's a former player of Liverpool. He's of course Spanish. His name is Iago Aspas. Iago Aspas is hopeful that Celta Vigo will make their loan signing of Fulham midfielder Josep Beda Sanchez permanent this summer. The Galaxians, as they call them, and the English Championship side agreed that there would be a 5 million purchase option in the summer, although Celta are reportedly unwilling to pay that amount for the player. The 26-year-old netted twice for Celta in 19 La Liga outings since January when he joined them on loan from Fulham. And of course, remember, he joined from Rayo Vallecano, talking about Fulham. Elsewhere, Sevilla are in discussions with Manchester City over the possible sale of Nolito. Yes, and of course, they also want the option of a season-long loan deal if Man City are not willing to sell. Iago Aspas wants the forward to join him at Celta Vigo. The former Galician forward who joined City last summer was photographed in Sevilla, Spain, talking to Los Rojiblancos, their sporting director Oscar Arias. Of course, that was on Tuesday night. However, Celta are hopeful of re-signing their striker on a permanent deal, although they would need the English side to temporarily subsidize a percentage of his wages. That's how it is, I tell you, in Spain, inside La Liga. Let's go to our talking point. Remember, we asked the question, do you think Hector Bellerin has what it takes to start for FC Barcelona if he manages to join them from Arsenal? Sports Radio Brilla FM is our page on Facebook. Like our fan page and then go on to post your comments and your contributions. It's all about Hector Bellerin. Do you seriously think he has what it takes to start for Barcelona if he joins from Arsenal? Yusuf or Mobalaji Kadri says if he's not making Spain and the Arsenal 11, and I don't think he can make it to the Barcelona 11 if the likes of Fabregas could not start in the colors of Barcelona. Who is Hector Bellerin? Yusuf Omumbalaji Kodri is your name. Akinagbe is here. Akinabe Eke says he's far better than all the right backs Barcelona currently have, so he should start. He stands a good chance of starting for Barcelona. Ojeleye Kudus is here. Says I know He's not the world. He's not one of the best right backs in the world. I don't think he can start. Adegoke says yes, of course, but he needs to prove himself in under the new Barcelona coach. Taiwo Joshua says yes, Bellerin will start. He will start for Barcelona because he's better than Sergio Roberto and Alexis Vidal. Honorable Ajibade Olakule says even if Lambs join them, CR7 will deal with him. Who will be Hector Bellerin? He cannot start. What about Tintol Kamoski? He says I think he's considering the fact that he's from La Masia Academy. He can start. Ikena Okafo says he is better than the present Barcelona right backs, so I think he got what it takes to start for the Black Ruana. Okay, Manuel says yes. Hector Bellerin will start if he joins Barcelona. David Sam says make him go sit down. He cannot start for Barcelona. I have Ikpokiki Richard says yes, he has what it takes to start for Barcelona. Albert Akpehe says nah, he cannot start and it's going nowhere. He's not going to join Barcelona. Still Sports Radio 88.9 Bella FM. Ijo Moses says I wonder why Bellerin won't respect himself and stay at Arsenal. He's not up to Barcelona standard and I is sorry for him. Still Sports Radio 88.9 Bella FM. We're taking your post, we're taking your messages on social media. Let's take this one from Victor Cletu says yes, he's good to go. He can start for Barcelona. Oluseyi Emmanuel Folari says sure, he's good to go. Ekene Pascal says yes, now Arsenal have signed their free replacement already. Let Hector Bellerin go, he will start. I have Amu Mache Barcelona says he's overrated. I'll pick Semado ahead of him anytime, any day. John Colex Olamide says he's a starter. He will start at Barcelona. Femi Ademola says that's their own problem. I don't want him to go. Yakubu Gian says he's good. He's good to go. He should start. He should start for Barcelona. Sports Radio 88.9 FM. Chris is also joining us via social media. Says he can start. Hector Bellerin is that good. He can start for Barcelona. Of course, have EJ Moses says yes, Bellerin does not have what it takes. He does not have what it takes. Does not come close to what Barcelona need. You wonder who in Barcelona bidded for Hector Bellerin in the first place. He's not a good player. Ominola Adejeji says yes, he has what it takes because he is better than all the right backs currently at Barcelona at this present time. Honorable Aloyin Lakpa Gnew says Bellerin can get playing time at Barcelona. He should stay. He should stay at Arsenal. He should stay. He should go nowhere. Still inside La Liga right here on your frequency of champions. Let me quickly recognize some people who have joined us for the very first time. I have this one. Your name is Muiza Iola Babawu Martins. I have Onyekachu Harrison, Shahid James, Shegun Agamayo. I hope I got your name correctly. Emmanuel Anaike, Tintol Kamoski. I have Samson Lucky Indidi, Shem Haruna, Stephen Ogumolasui. I hope I got that name correctly. Let's of course quickly see this one. Your name is Taiwo Joshua Ulukayode Sunday, Jibril Olumide, and of course Mohammed Bonsa, Bakare Abidemi Lavez Jersey, Mustafa Jerry Kadiri, and Stephen, of course, Stephen Ogumolaisui. I hope I got that name. Shem Haruna, I also see you. That's the size of the show today inside La Liga. Thank you very much for staying around here. We are Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM, and the show will make a return same time, same station. I remain yours truly in sports inside La Liga, Anthony Becker Deremo.
Sports Radio. It's 88.9 Brilla FM. Makes the switch to Sports Radio.
Bravo, Romeo, India, Lima, Alpha.
Crowd are on their feet.
B-R-I-L-A, Brilla. www.brilla.net, where everything sports meet, including your radio.
Brilla FM, what others wished they were. Team News.
It's a seventh Barclays Premier League win in a row for Arsenal.
Brilla FM, a complete deal.
These are your latest Arsenal headlines. Beginning with the news that Barcelona are reported to have reached an agreement with Arsenal defender Hector Bellerin. Bellerin spoke out this week about a potential move back to his former club, and now reports in Spain claim that a deal is edging closer after terms were agreed. Bellerin admitted a switch back to Barcelona does not depend on him though, and that Arsenal will have to agree to the sale, which could be the sticking point. Last season the right-back signed a new contract that runs until 2023, which puts Arsenal in a very strong position when it comes to negotiating a transfer fee. Reports in the Spanish press claim that Bellerin will now speak to manager Arsene Wenger in the coming days and ask for permission to return to the new camp. Moving on, and Olivier Giroud has admitted to being unhappy with his lack of playing time this season.